Hello everybody, this is Naya from DoSpace, and today we will be concluding with the history of Mac software. So let's get started. Now we stopped with Leopard. Introduced in 2006 at WWDC, this became a redefining moment for its software, since it was noted to be the largest update of OS X. It featured a modernized look with a three-dimensional reflective dock, a semi-transparent menu bar, larger drop shadows for active windows, and new high-resolution icons. 10.5 included stacks, a grouping of features that display files in a fan or grid style in folders on the dock. An updated Finder that incorporates the cover flow visual navigation interface as first seen in iTunes, iPhone, and the iPod Touch. Quick Look, which allows a preview of items by hitting the spaces, a way of grouping application windows on more than one visual desktop. Time Machine, an automatic backup utility that allows users to restore deleted files, and Boot Camp. Apple's software client to run Windows natively on a Mac. With the release of the aluminum unibody MacBook and MacBook Air with multi-touch trackpad, OS X Leopard had officially supported multi-touch gestures, and this was the beginning of the touch screen phase. And now on to Snow Leopard. Introduced in 2009 at WWDC, and for the first time, users could buy it for a very affordable $29. This update featured all of Apple's applications rewritten in a 64-bit code, Grand Central Dispatch, a new way for software developers to write code, applications that take advantage of multi-core processors, and OpenCL, a C-based open standard allowing developers to tap into the power of the GPU for tasks that go beyond graphics. 10.6 also built off the previous OS, hence the name Snow Leopard, with further enhancements such as faster disk ejecting, quicker Time Machine backup, faster boot and shutdown times, and faster installation. Snow Leopard was significantly smaller than Leopard and freed up 7 gigabytes of space. It also became Apple's first operating system to be Intel only. It became the second longest running after Tiger, and the last to need a physical disk after the introduction of the App Store in the 10.6.6 update. Now, after Snow Leopard, Lion was introduced in a special event called Back to the Mac. It officially supported multi-touch gestures with added gestures and response such as rubber band scrolling, page and image zoom, and full screen swiping. Apps could be full screen for the first time, and introduce an introduction of mission control combined expose, dashboard, spaces, and full screen apps to give users one place to see and navigate everything on their Mac. 10.7 brought many developments made in iOS, such as easily navigated display of installed applications, Launchpad, and newer grayer scroll bars that disappear when not in use. This also included support for the Mac App Store, which was introduced in the last OS, and other features included Resume, which allowed apps to reopen and close, and autosave. Introduced at WWDC in 2012, Mountain Lion, and from then on, dropped the Mac prefix from all of its OSs OS X is on its website. So it's simply known as OS X for Mac from this point on. iCloud synced calendars, contacts, synced mail, calendars, contacts, reminders, documents, notes, and more between Macs, iPads, iPhones, and iPod Touches was possible. Apps from the OS devices were also brought over. Reminders, notes, and messages, which brought iMessage to the Mac for the first time. Notification Center, alerting users to new emails, messages, software updates, or calendar alerts. Dictation, covering words into text, and a new sharing button allowing the sharing of photos, videos, files, and links with messages, mail, or AirDrop. 10.8 integrated Facebook and Twitter users so they can set up and manage their accounts right in the system preferences. iPlay mirroring enabled easy sharing from a Mac to an Apple TV, and Game Center brought games from iOS to the Mac. Finally, Gatekeeper helped protect users from downloading and installing malicious software to their Macs only by permitting users to install from the Mac App Store and from other identified developers. And users could download this update for a similar price of $19.99. A year later at WWDC was Mavericks introduction. It replaced the Big Cat name convention with places in Apple's home state of California. Thus, Maverick was named after a popular surfing spot. 10.9 introduced iBooks from iPad, Maps from OS that enables users to send directions from their Mac directly to their phones, and tags, a new way to organize and find files by labeling them via colors or particular naming conventions. Excuse me. iCloud keychain stores, encrypts, and automatically enters passwords. The Finder can also support tabbed browsing for further productivity and support for working on multiple displays with menu bars and docks. And Notification Center allows users to interact with alerts such as iMessage, as replying to an iMessage. Icons were also redrawn, doubling their size for the new MacBook Pros with Retina displays. And for the first time ever, Mac users could use this upgrade for the latest OS for free. And so in the final video, we will be talking about the rest of the OSs. So this has been Nia from DoSpace. I'll talk to you then.